Hey, welcome to episode 5 of the Gunslinger podcast. Wow, we have a lot to talk about. The news cycle is never ending. We just had the Super Bowl. I mean, everything is just going all at once, and Trump is on a locomotive with full steam ahead. There's no stopping the man. I'm glad he doesn't sleep. Goodness, imagine if he would have done this his first term. Yep. Well, he realized how deep the swamp is, and now he's taken over like a big patriotic founding father, George Washington wrecking ball, going through uh, all the damage and distorted buildings and ways and DEI and woke and just the total destruction of America. He's taking a wrecking ball to all those machines. So let's start with a couple quick things. Good old Fort Bragg is coming back, and not only is he getting rid of the DEI, but he's changing. What was it? Fort Liberty, I think they renamed Fort Bragg. They're bringing it back to Fort Bragg from Fort Liberty, tradition. There's a lot of people upset that he's even doing this. Why? What's the point? It costs money. What? You get rid of your traditions. You don't have a country. You don't have a military in this sense. But again, that's what communists do. They destroy your tradition, your foundations. You have no idea who you are, where you are, what you've been through, so they can control everything from here on out. And yeah, America is not having that. So congratulations, Fort Bragg. You're back. Oh yeah, plastic straws. Another little quick thing. Trump just people they're acting like these aren't important issues, and common sense they are. They may seem minute to the grand scheme of things, but like I said, it's not. It's putting things back in place, bringing back normalcy to the greatest country in the world. Plastic straws, anybody who had a paper straw, I haven't met one person in my life, even far left liberals that like the paper straw gimmick. That's just a disaster. Thank you, Trump, for just bringing those things back. Yeah, just it's. Then we have the whole U.S. aid, USAID, however you want to say it, thing. Aside from all the fraud, another quick, just a little tidbit here that you probably will not see a lot of places is the USAID actually funded al-Qaeda terrorist Anwar al-Awlaki's college education in Colorado. Yeah, I don't care if I pronounced that right, but an al-Qaeda terrorist, we funded his education. Good job. Thanks a lot, government. That's taxpayer money. Government does not create money. They print money and steal money from people who work. They're not in the industry of making money. They take and they give. Yeah, the USAID, they are just all over the place. Everyone's coming up being compromised. And then we have this big story about FEMA breaking. Trump already gave the executive order to the FEMA director, the CFO, Chief Financial Officer, Mary Comins, to not give any more taxpayer money to the illegals in hotels in Manhattan. Sure enough, what did she do? $58 million. $58 million she sent to New York for luxury hotels for illegal immigrants after Trump had already signed an executive order not to do it. So she's terminated. See you later. I don't think that's enough. There has to be criminal charges filed here. That is a direct attack on the chain of command here. He's the president, executive office. And you still think you can send, again, not government money, taxpayer money. You, me, everyone who pays taxes paid for luxury hotels for the open border, Biden, Kamala, whatever you want to call it, open border, sent them to live in luxury hotels in New York City. You, me, everyone, we're flipping the bill for that. So it's unbelievable that she has the gall, the audacity to just send $58 million of our money. Jeez, it's just they don't fear repercussions. That's why she needs to serve time. There's that's it. And Trump took to True Social to speak about it, and he said that this is his True Social. FEMA spent tens of millions of dollars in Democrat areas disobeying orders, but left people of North Carolina high and dry. It is now under review and investigation. The Biden-run FEMA has been a disaster. Caps here, FEMA should be terminated. It has been slow and totally ineffective. Individual states should handle storms, etc., as they come. Big savings, far more efficient. And that's the president's thought on that process. And yeah, North Carolina gets nothing, $750 alone. These people are put up in luxury apartments, and we're not even, or hotels, but we're not even discussing this, the total politicization of FEMA. They were having a directive that if they had a Trump sign or flag or whatever in their yard, do not help them. Skip and go to the next house. That's not American. You're an American. I don't care if you have a Kamala Harris. I disagree with you, but you're in a disaster. You're still an American. And the government, if anything, they should get out of the way of most things. But if there's a disaster, that is something of their job to come in and help out. I mean, that's the only thing they're there for. Protect our borders, protect us, help us if needed, and get the heck out of the way. Yeah, so that lady, what is her name again? Mary Comins. What a total incompetent political tool. $58 million. Well, good riddance. Hopefully she serves time. They need to hold her feet to the fire on this one, because that is insubordination. It's unbelievable. Yeah, so Trump moved in quick on that one. She is gone. Well, it's hard to say, because we're brought up to think that if there's a disaster, FEMA is going to be there to help out. Well, over time, all the way back to Katrina, where's FEMA? MIA, they're always missing in action. So I'm going to have to side with Trump, get rid of it. All it is wasteful. Probably, in my opinion, has some kind of laundering money to facilitate to whatever cause the person who's in charge seems relevant. So yeah, be gone. Let the states handle it. Like most things, states need to handle everything, and including what we're seeing now is the Department of Education. So what's going on there is we have this Trump is going to get rid of the U.S. Department of Education. It's just we went from number one in top 3 in the world all the way down to 130 something after Carter created the Department of Education, Jimmy Carter. Yeah, so it's actually made us dumber, and you can see that in society. You can see that in society. You can't even get change anymore when you go to buy something. Anyway, so the thing about the Department of Education now is the Judge John McConnell, a federal judge who was appointed by Obama, I believe. He's a leftist judge. He rules that Dodge has to unfreeze billions of dollars in federal grants to the U.S. Department of Education to basically continue their destruction of American knowledge, really. Yeah, so he decides that an unelected official has more power than the duly elected executive chief, the president of the United States. I don't think so. Yeah, it's not going to happen anyway. If this judge, his ruling actually stayed, he would have to give it to Pam Bondi. What is Pam Bondi going to do? She's going to disregard it and let the grants and basically the end of the U.S. Department of Education. Anyway, the judge, come to find out, Judge John McConnell, his daughter, Catherine McConnell, is, let's see, senior policy advisor for the U.S. Department of Education. Wow. So this is a huge conflict of interest. The judge who ruled on this grant freezing, his daughter is a senior policy advisor at the very department that is going to lose their money and their place in the United States government. They're going. So his daughter is running the joint. This corrupt judge decides that he has more power than the president of the United States. This is exactly what we were just talking about with FEMA. They think they are above the law, that they don't have to listen. I think there needs to be a recall. I believe that Congress can recall judges. So someone look into this. Boebert, Taylor Greene, somebody. Nancy Mace is busy. She's putting her own, she's dug her feet in the ground. She's fighting her own battles, but maybe she can get involved. She seems to be one of the loudest in Congress right now that will get things done. And by loudest, I mean that's a good thing. Too far, we've sat around silent and just he-hum, ho-hum, and whatever, and let things happen. Not anymore. It's good to see some pit bulls in there. Bring a buffalo into a china shop. That sounds good to me. Anyway, so the corrupt judge, his daughter's she's a senior policy advisor to the U.S. Department of Education. It's the conflict of interest. He should have recused himself immediately anyway. This is all nonsense and more political lawfare that President Trump, and it's beyond President Trump now. It's us, American people. We voted Trump. He won the Electoral College. He won the all-out vote and the popular vote there. And yeah, listen to us. We're speaking. All right, next. Aside from all that nonsense too, the USAID has been caught funneling money everywhere to everybody except for where it's needed most. And it's so blatantly obvious. Anyone who is angry, threatening Doge, Elon Musk, those are the very people that are benefiting from the corruption. They see their meal ticket. They see they're coming into office with $200,000 and leaving office 20 years later with $340 million. You know, they're making money off the system. So they are angry because they see that their golden goose, the funneling of taxpayer money, again, not government money, taxpayer money, our money into their pockets so they can retire. It's corruption. It's one of the biggest scandals that I've seen in my years here on Earth. It's huge, and it's not just here in America. It's funneling money overseas. It's everywhere. It's a giant web, and I can't wait to see who. And it has to be not who. A number of people need to be brought to justice for this. This is absolutely corruption and theft of America's prosperity, our future. Our kids, grandkids, their kids, grandkids, they're stealing from us and they're destroying the country. There's so much corruption. Speaking of corruption, we have the, one more thing before that, the USAID. Good old John Bolton, the warmonger himself, who, goodness, this guy he's a real piece of work. He was actually he was in charge of the USAID's policy and budget. And as a farewell gift, they gave the man, who people say he has a lot of blood on his hands, people gave the man a grenade trophy with his name on it as a farewell gift when he left the USAID as their policy and budget person. Now, if that's not telling, I mean, they're just laughing in the face at all of us. They really do not care. They do not care because they do not fear retribution. They do not fear being held accountable. That needs to change. Trump, I hope, Pam Bondi, I hope that they have the ability to use justice for good and hold people accountable. All right, what do we got now? What I was going to speak about was good old the FBI, but out there in Colorado. So Traindale Agua, whatever the heck the name of the Venezuelan cartel in Colorado is. ICE got everyone together, marshals, a big, huge, it was an ordeal. They were about to go in and arrest all these members of this dangerous, violent drug cartel, only to find out they were tipped off, and the apartment building was empty. So they were tipped off from people inside ICE. That's what Holman said. He said that he knows who he said he knows who is responsible for it now. And he said they're going to lose their pension, their job, obviously, and they're going to face criminal charges and serve time. So this is what we need to do. We need to hold them accountable. We need to put some fear that justice is going to be served if you get caught aiding and abetting terrorist organization here. But just if you're going against the law, knowingly siding with terrorists over your own country, that's treason. And we all know what the penalty for treason is. And then out in California, another similar thing happened. And and that's traced back so far, according to the Homeland Security, what's her name? Kristi Noem, the Homeland Security Secretary. Yeah, Kristi Noem. She told us that the leak in California came from an FBI agent. So again, how do you throw your own country, your fellow citizens, the future of your country, under the bus for some criminal cartel members? What in the heck is going on in the FBI? We're hoping Kash Patel can get in there, but is it too late to do anything about it? Is it too late to fix? I'm kind of with Jesse Kelly on this one. I think everything needs to be dismantled and start from the bottom and go up, because I don't know if you can root out this much corruption and just rot in the system. Anyway, so an FBI leaks information. The criminals flee before ICE can get there. Again, in Colorado, it was apparently inside ICE. It's just, where are the good guys? Where are they? Hopefully they catch these people and again serve time. And one more thing I wanted to get to here too. Just a little piece of knowledge. Again, everything goes back to corruption. When they're in that sham political attack on Trump out there in New York with Letitia James, they tried to say that Mar-a-Lago was worth, what was it, 17 million? That's it for that giant spread. And then basically corruption went from there, according to those political hacks. A lot in Palm Beach, right next to Mar-a-Lago, nothing's built on it. It's just sand and trees and ocean front. But they listed that for $200 million, and saying that Trump's Mar-a-Lago is only worth 17. Again, we have to hold them accountable. Go after Letitia James. This is misconduct, prosecutor misconduct, and prosecutorial misconduct. So again, hold her accountable. You got Fannie Willis, whatever, same situation. Hold them accountable. If they think they can just go um, against the president of the United States, but even more importantly, that against the law. I don't care who the president is. You're going directly against the law. You are using lawfare against your political opponents. That's communism. It's not American. Um, it's unbelievable what has transpired and what keeps happening. All right, let's get to Google. Google's removing Pride Month from their calendar. Pride Month and Black History Month from its calendar. Again, this is a return to normalcy. We are all Americans. Stop with the divisive nonsense. I don't care what you are. You're American. That's it. You don't have a Japanese Pride Month. You don't have an Asian Pride Month, a white Pride Month, because those, white Pride Month would be racist. It's ridiculous. Stop dividing us. We're all Americans. So yeah, good. Return to normalcy. Get rid of this nonsense. Google has removed the start dates for Pride Month, Black History Month from its calendar, alongside other cultural observances like Women's History Month and Indigenous Peoples Month, sparking criticism, yada, yada, yada. You see it's in the description, a link to this. But again, this is DEI gone. What happened to Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream? Judge on the content of your character, not the color of your skin. That is American. It's merit. Can you do the job? Yes. And I don't care if you're purple skinned with orange hair. I don't care what you are. If you can do the job, end of story. You're not put in for certain reasons, which is also the problem for people who defend this. Why would you want? I'd be mad if I got a job just because I had the color of my skin or because I was a male or whatever. I wouldn't want it. I want to earn it. You need to bring that back. Some kind of moral foundation in this world's work ethic, something. Anyway, so I don't know. Good job, Google. Who knows? They'll probably just add it back. But for the time being, return to normalcy. I hope it stays. I really do. All right. Oh, and here's a big one. Well, I know a lot of people are on this semaglutide, Ozempic streak. Again, what have we been told since we're children? Again, it goes back to work ethic, American culture. There's no magic pill. There isn't. There won't be. There never will be. Work hard. That's all you can do. So again, link is in the description. There's several websites that posted this one is more Americans on Ozempic go blind as doctors sound alarm over potentially startling side effect. Now, a lot of people don't know Ozempic was a diabetic medication. That's what it was originally for, and then they found out that it can basically Botox the stomach and go about your business that way, but without really, there's not enough study and trial behind it to actually, I don't know, in my view, justify slamming it into your skin and injecting it into your body. Who knows? But yeah, according to this article from the Daily Mail, experts have sounded the alarm about blockbuster weight loss drugs like Ozempic leaving users blind. Several studies have linked the shots to conditions that cause inflammation and block blood flow to the eye. That does not sound good at all, causing severe and sometimes permanent vision loss. Goodness. I mean, is it worth it? You can fit in a couple sizes smaller jeans or shirt, but I don't know. I'd rather see. I like my vision. Again, pride. Pride is a sin, people. It's one of the 7 deadly sins. Work hard. There's nothing wrong with being confident and happy, but you'd rather give up your eyesight than spend a little bit more time at the gym, or maybe have not as many donuts and fast food. I don't know. I'm not judging anyone. I say do what you want, But don't complain when you don't see out of your left eye because you want to inject a diabetic medication into your body. Anyway, it is. Pay attention, people. We just went through the largest human psyop in history of mankind with COVID. So pay attention. Do some research. There is no immediate. Um, there is no immediate resolution to any problem. Even the ones that seem immediate will have other repercussions. So I don't know. Work hard. Don't put stuff in your body that doesn't need to be there. If you want to lose weight, diet, exercise. It's, I know it doesn't sound fun, but that's the only way to do it. Stop injecting crap into your body, please. All right. And finally, last, Glenn Beck went on the, what's his name? What is it? Patrick David podcast, whatever his name is. PBD. Patrick Bet David. That's it, whatever it is. And broke some news that Epstein files are going to be released. Glenn Beck went on the show and said that they'll drop in 10 days. He says, I'm quoting Glenn Beck here, in the next 10 days, you're going to see the Epstein files released. Day number 1, when Kash Patel walks in, by the end of that day, it'll be released. That's what Glenn Beck is saying. And he knows Kash pretty well, I've read. So, hey, more power to him. Maxwell is locked up. Hopefully she doesn't pull an Epstein. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I don't wish harm on anybody, but anyone that can do that to children, I don't have any use for you in the world. So it needs to come out. Again, accountability needs to be made great again. How about that? We need to hold these people accountable. I don't care how powerful you are. I don't care how much it disrupts the system. Accountability. Get these pedos, these pedos, these deviants, and, hold their feet to the fire. Bring them to the carpet. Let the American people know what's going on, because we've been lied to for way too long now. Yeah. Unbelievable. Hey, we hope he does. 10 days, you heard it. Kash Patel, let him get in the FBI and shake things up. Tell the truth once again. And then, speaking of the truth, finally, Tucker Carlson is exposing a major scandal. The link is in the description again. He says, according to his sources, up to 50% of U.S. weapons sent to Ukraine are being resold on the black market. And some of those are ending up with Mexican drug cartels. So at our border, the weapons we gave to Ukraine are now in the hands of the cartels, ready to fire at us. A lot of sense, right? Good job, Biden. Good job, crew. It's unbelievable. Yeah, not only is it wasting money, but taxpayer money, your and my money. We are arming criminals on our border. It's unbelievable. And then the Mexican president, she came out the other day and basically she confirmed this. It's in her speech. She said that, she asked the question, where do you think the drug cartels are getting their guns and ammunition? Referring to us. Basically, we gave it to them. So this is another huge story. USAID is one of the biggest stories ever. USAID, all the corruption and money laundering and all the nonsense is going on there. And Chuck Schumer and those fools are mad about it because they're getting called out and their golden goose is drying up. And then we find out that the weapons that we gave to the Ukraine are at our border, aimed at our citizens. And the Mexican president says, where do you think you got it from? Oh my goodness, Trump, how in the heck are you going to deal with all this? I'm glad he's got people in place that can get things done, because we are in a world of hurt as we're turning this Titanic away from that iceberg. I don't know, maybe we hit it already, probably did. Well, then put the lifeboats up with real Americans. Let's save them and turn around to America and make it great again. All right. That's a lot of stuff. I don't know. One thing I know is we're Americans. God's on our side, and we'll come out on top. Good guys win. All right. God bless America. God bless you. And we will see you next time.